Me, sir. Yo, I love your tattoos, man. How you doing? My name is Devon. I'm a local artist. Can I paint your portrait if you have time?
Right now?
Yeah, right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Oh, let's do it. Okay. So what's your name and what's one of your biggest dreams in life?
My name is Gunny. Been tattooing in New York City since 2007. My biggest dream pretty much is to just make a living off my art comfortably. I like to be able to paint, I airbrush, oil paint, watercolor, a few different mediums. And if I could just get by on just illustrating, painting, on any surface, any medium,
Well, that's
that'd
amazing.
be nice.
What are your favorite things to tattoo?
One of my favorite things to tattoo is, well, at the beginning of my tattooing stages, it's been black and gray realism. For the past few years, I've been a blackout artist. I was technically considered the first blackout artist in New York City.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, I kind of, it became a trend after, Instagram and social media, exposed it, and which is nice, it's good,
I love your eyes. When did you get your eyes tattooed?
Oh, thanks, man. I got my eyes done I think 2017, if I remember correctly.
What was the process like for that?
Process was scary. I got it done with the guy who created the procedure, so it's the most experienced hands.
Yeah.
My book. It's a series of 10 injections inside the sclera, which is the white part of the eyeball. Pretty much, like I said, there's little room for error, so you have to be very calm.
Yeah.
You gotta be real collect, and pretty much it's a quick process if it's done correctly.
I hear you could go blind, right? If it goes wrong.
There is always a risk of going blind, and you have to be okay with that if you're gonna do something like this.
Yeah.
You have to be realistic about what you're doing and modifying something like your eyeballs.
What about your other modifications?
The other stuff I have, well, I have what's called cautery branding, which is done with a surgical cauterizer, and it's pretty much a branding. So I have that along my lip, onto my cheeks, up on my head. And it's a very slow and very painful process. Also, I have both my ears cropped. I have a little off this top and a little on the side on that
That's
ear.
awesome, man.
Yeah, man,
That's
thanks.
sick. Did it hurt?
Well, for this, they actually numbed it, so
Yeah.
you don't feel anything. The aftermath comes when
when it's
the numbing
the
agent
next
wears
day,
off.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did you keep the ear?
No, I tried, but then it got all, fuzzy. Yeah.
Fuzzy.
Yeah.
That's funny. What do you tattoo out of, just in case anybody wants to go get tattooed by you?
Oh yeah, well I tattoo out of Inked NYC in Chelsea in relation with Ink Magazine. I also tattoo in Florida. Yeah, there's a shop in Miami called Ink South Beach. Also the Secret Tattoo Studio in Tampa, Florida. Also tattoo in Massachusetts at Below Black.
Oh, you work at like 4 shops. That's crazy.
I like to keep it moving. I like to really meet my clients wherever in demand,
How did your family react when you first started getting modifications?
Well, as far as the modifications, they didn't really mind, They didn't understand, but they were okay with it, They knew I was in the habit of getting heavily tattooed, and it didn't come as too much of a surprise,
Where did you grow up?
Oh, I grew up mainly in Yonkers, Harlem, and Bronx. Literally those, I call that like the triangle, the uptown triangle.
Yeah.
I lived in Queens and Brooklyn my life, so I'm very familiar with every part of the
New York
city.
City?
Yeah, super since the 80s,
Wow.
Yeah,
A real
yeah.
New Yorker.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah.
Which part of the Bronx you lived in?
East Tremont, Southern Boulevard, Cortona Parkway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
familiar.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
the whole Bronx. I grew up. I lived all over the Bronx. So.
Nice, man.
But
Yeah.
I'm really from Mott Haven. Outside of tattooing, what are some of your hobbies?
Outside of tattooing, man, I really have way too many hobbies. But if I'm gonna break them down to just a few, I really love airbrushing blank statues and resin kits. I really love airbrushing masks. I like repainting just 3D objects.
Yeah,
a lot.
cool.
I like assembling and painting things.
Who was one of the most influential people in your life?
The first person, it was the guy I was named after, named James Hinton. He was a photographer, author. He worked for the New York Times back in the 70s. James E. Hinton. Art-wise, just a lot of comic artists, like Todd McFarlane. He's probably the first person that exposed me to cool comic art.
What's one of your dream places to travel to in the world?
Yeah, Tokyo. Yeah, I would have
Love Tokyo.
Tokyo would be top, and
Love Tokyo.
and I've been to Germany probably eight times,
Wow, so
which I really love.
That's a top favorite.
Yeah, and I would definitely be curious about South Korea. That's always been on the bucket list, honestly. Since I
Yeah,
was a
same
kid.
for me.
Yeah, I'm very, very curious about the culture in South Korea.
2 days ago, I just got back from Colombia.
Oh, nice.
Cartagena. It was beautiful. It was a
Yeah.
magical time. I loved it.
Oh, I bet, man.
I painted a bunch of watercolors over there. You know, everywhere I go, I paint these watercolors and I sell prints on my Instagram, and they always sell out within an hour. Like, people love them.
Man.
Like, it's amazing. It's
Good
a
for you,
blessing.
man. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you. What message do you think the world needs to hear right now?
You know, I think racism has become the biggest plague in this country, and I can't fathom the thought, you know, of someone not liking another person. Yeah, I can't imagine, you know, a person or people not liking another set of people for whatever reason they find. You know,
I completely agree.
we're all the same organism. We're all the same species, you know.
Exactly. You know what they call that? They call that low IQ behaviors.
It definitely is. Very simple-minded, you know.
Closed-minded
thinking,
and just, but hopefully one day the world evolves and, you know, that all goes away. I don't know when that's going to happen.
Perhaps, man, but I think that's what's this country's really struggling with the most, you know.
I agree. All right, Gunny, so thank you for sharing your life with me. This is my interpretation of your life.
Thank you. Oh, wow, man. That's super. Wow.
Thank you, man. I'm glad you like
cool.
it. Thank you, thank you.
That's amazing, man.
Also, I got you a second gift. So I created this book. It's called Portraits of the Underground.
Oh, nice.
So this is how I learned how to draw in the Bronx. You know, I
Yeah.
was drawing people on the subway, and so every train station, this is where I started the drawing. So I named them after the train station, Union Square.
Very cool, man.
Yeah, so, and I started on the 6th line in the South Bronx.
Very nice.
Shout out to Brook Avenue.
Yeah, I know that line.
Shout out to Brook Avenue. You're the man.
Thank you, man.
People got to get tattooed by you, man.
Yes, sir.
All right,
Thank
have
you,
a good
man.
day. Thank
Yeah,
you.
man. Take care.
Keep smiling.